Yeah, I understand.
The key is listening. The key is really trying to understand, okay, so what kind of, so your company, of course, you prepared, you know a little bit about this company and about their people and what are their challenges, and how can I help you with
You said not material, right?
Right. So basically the talk should be about them. So what is the value for them, not your value to them? What is important to them?
What important to them?
Yes. The discussion should be completely about them, but most of the talks that we had, the talk was almost exclusively about you.
Yeah. Their issue might be they don't understand Japanese, but they are thinking, okay, what their point.
Right. Okay, but that's an assumption.
Yeah, for example, assumption.
That's an assumption.
Yeah, but how are we going to give them answer?
Basically, your main job as on the sales call is to listen, to ask, to really share. Okay.
I understand listen, but right. Listen, it means we need to go instead deliver something, right?
Right. So basically, after listening, you say, okay, I hear you. Then you reflect. So your main challenges are this. So listening to this, perhaps it's a good idea that you are going to do this, and that. As it happens, we have this program, and then match this program with exactly the problems that you have heard from this person. So you can talk about what is relevant to them without talking about things that maybe they're not interested in. Because once you talk about something that doesn't apply to them, they tune out. They're not listening anymore. They think, oh, it's not about me. I don't care. I'm not interested.
Exactly. What in your mind? What is the problem?
Exactly. So you need to let them talk. Let them talk first. Try to solicit
them.
The customer.
Okay.
The customer.
Yeah.
The people you're talking to. So they should do the talking. You want to ask them a lot of questions about, okay, so what is your problem? What is your challenge? What do you want your people to learn? Who exactly is on the team? What are their challenges? What are their typical problems? What do you want these people to be able to do in 1 year time?
Mm.
Otherwise, they're not going to buy.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. So
basically, your objective is to always talk about them. Even when you are positioning your product, it's about them because your product is solving their solution.
Mm. I understand what you mean.
It's always good to say something a little bit that people can feel okay. It's not like there's a car mechanic talking about healthcare because the kankenai. So you need to make yourself show that, okay, so all right, you're qualified to talk about this subject, but that should be really, especially for European customer, should really be at the minimum, and maybe even at the end of the conversation say, okay.
You're talking about like if I'm going to make presentation about 1 hour presentation for some.
That's the next step. I think basically the first step is that you meet with these people. So that when you meet with these people and you really understand, what you're trying to do is that you're going to talk with this person. You're going to meet with them.
By the way, use a customer meeting is the first instead of a speech or seminar.
Absolutely.
Really?
Because how else are you going to know that you're going to be of any interest to your audience? You first need to know who your audience is and what they expect and who they are and what their goals are and what their fears are and their hopes and their desires. Without it, you can never.
You mean
talk to them?
Customers' requirement.
Yes.
First.
No, you need to know who these people are, what's motivating them, not what you have to offer, but what they are looking for, so you can address their needs. Otherwise, nobody will listen to you.
Makes sense. So it means I try to get introduced and take Matthew or Mary to the customer.
Right, really getting to understand the customer, what they need, what they hope, what they want to achieve. Get to know more about your customers, what kind of people are they, what brings them to this this meeting, what their expectations are, what they have been listening to in the past. All these things. If you don't know that, a good speaker actually, a good speaker, if you do that professionally, would actually maybe engage with some members of the audience before that and reach out to them and ask a little bit about them and what they are doing, so that they can really focus on their needs.
You're right. Exactly, you're right. It's a time-consuming effort.
Right.
I'm going to distribute this video to Mary and Matthew. How do you think? Right? So the reaction we get together to thinking about.
Well, I think for Matthew, it should not be a surprise. He probably knows.
Mary should also, he knows, right?
I don't know about Mary, maybe, yeah, but for Matthew, this should be atarimae.
Okay, let's try to do it. Let me try to ask them how to organize.
Right. I think that the key here is not making any assumptions and not thinking about your product, but really think, okay, so you have the opportunity to get to know somebody, to provide them with some help, and hopefully that's something that you can offer.
That kind of approach is the same for Japanese companies, same.
What do you know? Right.
Yeah, looks like.
Sales is not easy.
It's kind of consulting you're talking about.
Well, basically, yeah. Right. But it's very simple, human nature, right? So
I thought, I'm going to teach Spirits of Japan for American and Japanese company, but you said, no. First of all, you need to listen from them. And
right.
What kind of requirement do they have? This first thing to do. Otherwise, they're not going to ask us to do anything. Right?
Maybe you will figure out that they have a real big problem in negotiation. Now you can address that. You can integrate it into your program. Maybe you will figure out that that every presentation they give, they doesn't land. Okay, maybe you have something there.
You're right. How to get money is a simple thing to do, right?
Right. Just listen to what they want and then give it to them.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Even if we got the gap, but the gap itself not solution. We need to one by one to get confirm.
Right.
Focus on what they need.
Exactly.
The first step to do.
Right. Surprising things can happen. Kimoto-san is.
Yeah, but I just registered 15 organizations to make speech. I didn't know that. And past week I find out, just organizations. They have a lot of organizations.
Right.
They try to looking for speaker. I submitted 15 sites.
But they're already looking for speaker. That's already something.
Yeah, they are looking for speaker, just speaker.
Right.
Speaker. They're going to ask us, some people are going to ask us make a speech.
But I would definitely recommend, before you go and speak, at least meet the organizer. At least meet the organizer before you go. And
organizer means the customer, right?
Right, the customer, or the person who knows this group, who knows the people who are there, why they come there, and what they're interested in, what they hope to learn, etc. If not, then there's a big risk that people will not be engaged in what